we live?
Almost.
Loading. Thank you so much.
No.
I probably would have spent like 5 minutes just trying to open that.
All right, y'all. Looks
Are
like
we
we're live on
here?
both.
All right, hello everyone.
Hi.
Still waiting for a few people to get in. Hey, KMT.
Hi.
Heidi, hi. Cali Food Truck, welcome.
Hi, Cali Food Truck. Chris
Hello.
and Emma.
Mary Knight. Oh,
Hi, Mary.
little glitch there. Boom.
Now we're back.
We're back. Mary, Jesse, hi.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Look at all that love.
Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. Miss you.
Heidi says hi, everyone.
Hi, Heidi.
How you doing?
You
Hi,
cleaning your
Nixter.
house?
I think that's Walter's sister. Hey.
Hello.
No Walter this time. You only get us.
That's us.
Unfortunately.
We wanted to welcome
Hey,
everyone
Walter.
as you all log in. Hi.
There's the man.
Uh-huh.
The
There's
myth.
The legend.
Travis. Hey, Megs, how are you?
Yay. Everyone's on today.
Yeah, Travis, how's it going?
Hey, Walter. He says hi, guys, or hey, guys. Jay Weldon, JK Weldon, welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yes, everybody, welcome. For those of you who were here last week, welcome back. And those are just joining for the first time today, thank you. We appreciate it. We're just kind of having some fun today, sipping some wine. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Nicole. I'm the wine club manager and event coordinator here at Mesilla de la Viña. We've got our tasting room manager, Tiffany Smith, manning the cameras.
Hello. Hey.
She'll be reading off any questions or comments you guys have, so you can utilize her. I'd like to give a big welcome to the magic man, Justin Knight, our winemaker.
Hello, everyone.
Yay!
Glad to see you.
Welcome, Justin.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe out there and enjoy us. You know, we're gonna try 4 wines today. We have our Brut, which we're gonna pour shortly. We have our brand new Garnacha Blanca, which I'm really excited about. We're going to taste the Tempranillo 2016, and then we're gonna round it out with Milenio.
I know some of you picked up all these wines to taste along with us over this week, so I hope you are ready to go. I'm gonna be popping this Brut Bubbly here.
All right.
And I did cheat. I had someone kind of pre-open it for me because knowing my luck, well, we'll see. It's not open yet. Just wait.
Hi, Bo Healy. Megan Jackson. Ooh, we love that pop.
Megan
that was
Jackson,
perfect.
hello.
And Lenny Castillo says hi, Nicole, from Lenny and Nicole.
Hi, guys.
Thank you.
I know Lenny has been wanting to come down to Temecula with his wife, Nicole. So, cheers.
Cheers. What are you guys drinking out there? Hopefully some Brut.
Hey, it's Oliver. Hey, guys.
Hey, Ollie.
Oh, Cali Food Truck, miss your wine. We miss you guys too. We miss your food. We're hungry all the time. Come feed us, please.
All about the food right now. I don't know about you guys, but I've just been drinking and eating a lot lately. So send a thumbs up if you've been doing the same.
I'm sending mine, yeah.
I had to put a sweatshirt on so I could sit properly.
Candace, hey.
Hi, Candace.
Hey. How's everyone doing out there?
All right, so I hope you guys all got your bubbles ready. Let's get this started.
Absolutely.
All right.
We are starting off with our Brut. This is 100% French Colombard grapes. It's one of 2 bubbles that we have. Last week we did the Magrana, so of course it's only fair we bring this one in this time.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're gonna notice is this one has a lot of green apple. It's very fruity on the nose. It's a little acidic and it's very dry. It finishes very dry and it's my favorite. I mean, I love this thing and I drink it. So, cheers.
Cheers. You know who else loves this? Your mom. Mary, if you're out there.
This one's for you, Mary.
This one's for you.
Hi, Patricia. So we have on Facebook Live as well, Matt and Elizabeth Engel. They're members from Las Vegas. They're excited to join us. Welcome, you guys.
Hello.
We're so glad.
Hello.
Technical difficulties. I thought I had that on Do Not Disturb. All right.
Yeah, thanks for visiting, guys. If you have any questions, feel free. This is kind of what we're doing today. You know, we're having this experience where we're tasting these 4 wines, but it's also a Q&A. So if you have any questions, shoot them out, and we're here for you.
Yep.
Hope you guys are staying safe.
I know you said green apple. I also get tropical notes on there.
Definitely, yeah.
The cool thing about this brew is I can go very sweet sometimes. I pick up very sweet notes, but I don't. It's like goes back and forth. Is it sweet? Is it dry? So this one was really fun to pair food with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and to that point, I think what you're tasting is temperature change. You know, when you're tasting it a little bit colder, you're getting more dryness, and then when it's warming up, you're getting a roundness to it. It's changing the sensation in the mouth, so it's coming off as sweet, even though there's not as much sugar as you might think.
That's interesting.
So you know, the way you're tasting it is really changing. You know,
with the temperature.
taste, absolutely, yeah.
So you just pull this out of the fridge, it's going to taste completely different than if you've been letting it sit for.
You know, and that's
10,
not
15
every
minutes.
wine, but that's a decent rule of thumb that a lot of people taste their white wine and drink their white wine even too cold, because what you're doing is you're locking up a lot of the aromas that might be present, but if it's too cold, then they might not be as present as you may want. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so just so everybody knows, we are actually in our Malbec room. I'm not sure if any of you have had the opportunity to take a peek in or even enjoy our hosted seated tastings. This is where you would actually be able to do a seated tasting experience and pairing as well. So
yeah,
you
it's
can
a beautiful room.
Speaking of pairings, thank you, Tiff. You guys know me, I'm all about the quick, easy food. I like to eat, so I don't like to wait very long. If you are sipping on this and you got a bag of chips, it goes well, just like it did with the Garnacha last week. French fries are also a good pairing with this. Don't ask me how I know that.
It's quarantine food.
And for those of you that know me pretty well, you'll know that I am a big fan of Asian cuisine. I was feeling a little ways yesterday, so we ordered some pho to go and had some brew. And I'm telling you, I have been looking for the right pairing for this food, and the brew hit the spot. Just play around with it. It kind of goes with everything,
That sounds
honestly.
great,
What am I talking about?
I mean, do you need to pair it? I mean, let's
No.
be honest. Just drink it up.
I'm all for drinking. All right, we got some new people that logged in. We have Peltzer. Hey, Peltzer.
Hi,
Peltzer.
Peltzer.
Kedril, HB,
Hi, HB.
Zarius, welcome. And then we have a few people here on Facebook
Hello.
Live that we didn't. Mike and Alejandro Morley's and Raul
Here.
Perez.
There you go.
Hello.
They actually dropped in yesterday for a pickup. So
Hello.
thank you
All
for
right.
supporting.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
Hope you guys are sipping on something.
If you're not, fix
You
that.
should. I know
Yeah.
every time I watch other people, especially if it's a movie or a TV show, a documentary, whatever, I always feel like I need to drink with them. It's a really bad habit, but it goes along with everything.
We're here for you guys. This is happy hour. You know, we're just hanging out, tasting wines. If you have any questions, feel free.
I know, I really miss our Friday nights. For those of you who don't know, Missy is usually open late on Fridays. We do a happy hour of sorts. We have live music. We have food trucks when we can. And the last Friday of the month is karaoke. If Lillian's on here, we missed you, Lillian. But it's so weird to be here on a Friday night and be this quiet. So it's nice that I can still hang out and talk to you guys virtually. But we can't wait to see you in person.
Yeah, we can't wait.
All right, how did you guys like that brew? Megan Jackson, I know you guys picked that up today. I hope you're drinking it.
She actually
How
said
is
she
it?
was. So
She was, okay,
yeah.
good.
Yep.
Anybody else got the brute?
So far, nothing.
Well, I'm ready to move on to this amazing new wine. I am so excited about this. I have been wanting a new white dry wine for Misia for a long time, and we got the green light, so this is super exciting. I'm gonna pour it, but I'm gonna let Justin kind of introduce this because it's kind of a really big deal for us here at Misia. Justin?
Yeah, absolutely. So she's referring to our Garnacha Blanca.
Yay!
Yeah. So who knows anything about the variety Grenache Blanc or Garnacha Blanca? Does anyone? It's one of my favorite, and I'm going to say that lightly because it's my first time making it, and it's a first screw cap from Mesilla. So
Woo!
that's
Yeah.
something exciting.
Easy that
Yeah, easy access, absolutely. No key needed for that.
No, you could be stuck camping, you could be stuck in your car, you could be anywhere and just open this wine.
Yeah. Well, when the beaches are open again, there you go.
Yeah.
So the first thing that, if anyone's tasting this at home, did we release this?
People have bought
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Yes, lots of people have
So
bought
what you're gonna notice is complexity. It's a white wine. Thank you.
it.
That's almost built like a red because it has so much complexity in the nose and the mouthfeel. It's a little tart, but it has a roundness to it as well in the finish. Very tropical, very fruity. It's one that will pair well, and it's even one that you can just drink on its own. So I hope anyone at home is trying it with us, and if you are, let us know.
All right, so we got a few little blurbs
Definitely
here.
get tropical.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Almost like a overripe papaya, mango.
Yeah, that's great. It almost has like a sweet sensation on the nose.
Mm-hmm, it does.
But it's bone dry, so it kind of plays with your senses in that light.
All right, so let's give a shout out here. So we have Carly MG Weddings
Hello.
and Zarius. We are open. So Wednesday through Sunday, we are open from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. and that is for wine club pickups or purchases as well. Mary over here says she loves it. So I guess we're talking about that Garnacha Blanca.
Mm-hmm.
Bowley, the DeVries, HB. Hey, HB.
Hi, HB.
Holly
HB,
Berry
you're
logged
gonna
in with
love
us.
this.
HB may have even tried it from the tank.
Nice.
Yeah, when
And-
she was doing tours at some point.
Anthony G, 86. Ashley Knight. Got some hard eyes here.
Oh.
Hello, Ashley.
Hey,
Hi.
how you doing?
Megan Jackson, so excited. Is this available? We would love to taste. It is available until April 10th, so it's a sneak peek.
Sneak peek.
And who knows, we might release it for the next
it was
wine
just
club.
bottled 2 months ago. Not even 2 months ago. So it's very early in its life, but it's one that I'm really excited about. And what people might not know is that it's not of the Grenache grape. It's
So
its
it's
own
not
variety.
a red grape.
Correct. This is a white variety. It's a relative of Grenache. So Grenache Blanc or Garnacha Blanca is very prevalent in Spain, and that's part of the reason why we introduced it to Mesilla, because it fits right in. So it is Temecula fruit. So we're excited about that. We love showcasing what Temecula can do in our wines, and we're very excited about this one in particular.
It does have like he said, the sweet almost hits your aroma on the nose,
Mm-hmm.
but when you taste it, it's like a sharp, dry, crisp finish, and that's it.
Yeah.
But every time I sip it, I get something different.
Yeah, it has almost like a grapefruit finish. It's a little bit like riney in the sense that it has a
Mhm.
bite, but it's not astringent. It's right on the cusp, but it's tart. It's very complex, sweet but dry. And I say sweet, and it's a sensation. I don't want people to think that
It's
it's a
not
sweet
sweet.
wine. It's dry.
not sweet, guys.
It's a sensation.
It's really good. I would think you could pair this with anything from fish to chicken to braised beef, lamb. You could do spice. This would be really
Oh,
good
yeah.
with some like
Like
curry.
Thai food or something.
Some curry and
Yeah,
rice actually would be really good with this.
definitely.
Cheeses. I would do brie. Maybe like for a soft cheese.
Yeah.
Maybe some brie. Maybe Swiss if you're looking for that sharp, hard cheese. This would be really good with that. This is definitely a have fun with wine. Especially with summer coming up. I think this is going to be your prominent pool patio sipping wine.
Especially with that screw cap. We're really excited about that, yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, if any of you are fans of Donza, you know that we have 2 screw caps over there, and naturally, we had to bring one over to see it.
Woo-hoo. I do have a question actually talking about this wine being a 19.
Sure.
I think a lot of people noticed last year the weather was a little bit different than we'd had in a long time. We had more rain early on, winter, I say, California winter. So how did that affect the 19 harvest grapes?
Well, that's a good question. In the short answer, it helped a lot. One, because we were in a drought for so many years, and it really helped nutrify the soil and get the vines healthy again, in the sense that we didn't have to water them as much. Bringing up cold is a huge factor because the vines, when it starts to get warm, that's when they start to actually grow again and pop. So the longer it's cold, the longer it's going to take for the actual vines to pop, meaning bud break.
Okay.
So the longer bud break takes, usually the longer harvest will take, so the actual grapes are on the vine longer, which means overall a higher quality.
Because it has time to get the
maturity,
flavor profile.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So the longer the actual grapes are on the vine, typically, it's better for wine quality. And that's what the cold temperature does, especially early on in the year.
I did notice, I felt like we were one of the, you get to know other people in the valley around here, and, everyone's asking, did you harvest? Are you done harvesting? And everyone seemed to be done, and I was like, we are not done yet. So I think now that I know that, that's a good thing for Mesilla and Donza moving forward.
Yeah, in a general sense, it's a good thing. There's exceptions to that, of course, but in the long run, typically longer on the vine means better quality, and that's due to the colder weather that we have. And right now, we're gearing up for that same exact year. Last year, we were 2-3 weeks behind on most varieties during harvest, and I think we're right on track for that again. And when I talk to some of the old timers, the guys that have been here for 30 plus years, 40 years of making wine, they say that that's what it used to be in Temecula. And then, in the last 10 years or so, it hasn't been that way, but it seems like we're getting back to that. So it's a good thing for quality of the wine itself. Yeah, we're excited about this year. Absolutely.
So that's kind of cool. You have been a winemaker these last X amount of years, but your people that you learned under have been in this valley for a really long time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started at Donza in 2010 under Mike Tingley. He has about 40 years of experience in the valley. A wealth of knowledge. And at that same time, Renato was there, Renato Seiss, and he has about 15 years between, I think, maybe even 20, between his time in Mexico where he went to school. And he went up north for a while in Sonoma, and he came back down to Temecula. And then after that, we had Arturo, who has another 40 years. So, that's a lot of years. And I was able to learn under each of them at different times. I have about 10 years in the industry now. I've been actually a winemaker for about 5 of those years. And the other 5, I was just coming up and I was doing everything. Between lab, cleaning tanks, all the grunt work,
Started from the bottom, now
Now you're here.
Absolutely. So,
hard work, guys.
Picking grapes, which I do not advise anyone to do. It's terrible.
I was going to volunteer this harvest, but I guess not.
It's terrible picking it.
It's a lot of work. I do not envy those. I really appreciate the guys that are out there doing it during harvest, because it's a thankless job, 1, and 2, it's extremely hard work, and they're out there all hours. They start probably 6 at night and end maybe 6 a.m. the next day, and then they're going and doing their regular job. So it's a time for them that's really hard.
And
It's a lot of work.
an important thing to know. You sometimes get asked here in the tasting room why the price of wines. And if you think about it, there are so many hands that go into bringing you this one bottle of wine, and it starts from this time of year, way back here, you know, with the crew managing the vineyards, and then actually going through harvest, and there's so many hands on deck. And then you bring it into the tasting room, and
absolutely.
And that's a lot. So
it's a lot of work, and it's it's a labor of love, but we love it. And that's kind of why we're here doing this with you guys today. Is we're passionate about wine and we like what we do.
And
so
I'm
cheers to that.
Cheers, everybody. Do we have any questions so far? I know we kind of got into our little conversation.
All right, let's take a look here.
Okay.
So let's actually give some shout outs first. Lucas James.
Hi, Lucas.
Lauren, Alexa. This is Nicole's cousin. I love your wines.
Hi.
Hi. Bowley, can we pick it up? Of course you can. You have until April 10th, and then who knows when the next release will be. Heidi DeVry, that's says good, and then we have a few people that joined in. So we have Heart LVR Goddess, Sandy A76. Looks like your parents are back on. DeJong 83.
Hello.
Chris Porto. Sandy gave us a wave. Ro Perez, Emily, M. Olson. Hi, Jay Estock. Hello, Jay.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Yeah.
We miss you guys.
All right. Hey, Akash. How are you?
Hey, Akash.
Hi.
Good to have you. We have Mary Gurman. And then M. Olson. So just in case you missed it, we are drinking our 2019 Garnacha Blanca. So this is kind of a sneak peek. It's available to purchase until April 10th. So make sure you snag a few of those before we tuck it away for a little bit.
It goes back into the vault.
Yes. Temecula Life. Hi.
I released it, so I hope you guys enjoy it.
It took a lot of tug of war to get him to release this, guys.
Cheers to Temecula Life. And then we have Octavio Tortosa, Milenio for Life. Guess what? We actually are going to be sampling that tonight. Almost there. KMT wants to know what the alcohol content is.
Oh, actually, okay, I know this, but I'm going to double check just to be safe. It's 12.9%, which is kind of low for us. But when you drink as much as we all do, it goes well. This is a well-balanced
Garnacha Blanca is typically one that has a lower alcohol. You kind of want to pick it a little bit earlier in the season when it's not overripe, because then you start losing some of the aromas that you're actually trying to achieve and the lightness of it. I think we're right on the cusp there where it's very light, but it's also very viscous in a way that it adds a lot of complexity. So I think this one was right on time.
And for those of you who did purchase it, I do recommend storing it properly. I think with it being as beautiful as it is, it needs to be in the coldest, darkest place of your house until it's ready. And honestly, we've been letting it sit out for about 40 minutes now from the fridge that we had it in, and it's tasting really good. The more that I sipped it, the more that it's getting, not room temperature, but a few degrees below, all the flavors are kind of popping out even more now.
All right, so we have a question here on Facebook Live. So this is coming from Daniela Hoffman Grimes. Is it dry or sweet, and what other wine is it similar to?
It's dry. It's very dry. And it's kind of an interesting one. I would probably put this, I don't know if you're familiar with Vermentino. I would put it right there with Vermentino with a little bit of Viognier. It has a floral note that Viognier might bring, and it has the acidity of maybe a Sauvignon Blanc or a very light Pinot Grigio. So maybe a mix of all three of those is where I would liken it to, which I love all those varieties, so this is a natural for us over here.
Yeah, this is really good.
And then we have a question here from Lauren Alexa. What year did the winery open? This is a good question.
That's a great question.
So under Bob Olson, who is our owner and the original magic man, I guess I should say, we opened in April of 2015 as Mesilla de la Vignette. So we are coming up on our special 5-year anniversary, guys. Cheers, that was a great question. Any more questions?
I think that's it.
All right.
Perfect. We can move on.
I say we move on to the next one. You guys ready for pouring up some more over there?
I'll get you on this one. 2016 Tempranillo.
Hello, Jet. The Jet 90, he says hi.
Hi.
And
How
Temecula
are you?
Life. We hope you're sipping on some wine, Temecula Life.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right, again, in full disclosure, Tempranillo is not my go-to grape. Like if I walk into a winery, I usually kind of skip over it, but you guys got me on this one. You really did.
You found one you liked.
Yeah.
You know, I think Tempranillo is one that really grows well in the valley, and I think that's part of the reason we're showcasing it now. You know, talking about Temecula Valley as a whole, and all these wines are Temecula Valley. It's just a great growing region for for Tempranillo in general. So this one in particular it's a little bit fruitier than your normal Tempranillo would be. You would expect a lot of spice and earthiness, and this one brings fruit forwardness to the front. It has a little bit of that varietal characteristic that you would expect, but there's a lot more fruit, and that might be the age. As it ages in the bottle, it might bring up some of those tones that you might expect, but this one's tasting really good right now.
It almost, I get the fruit up front, but then it has that almost candied nose. Twizzler is a word that I would use for this.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also get that little bit of spiced oak on there.
Absolutely. And I have a little bit of note on here. I think this one was aged for 15 months in oak. So it definitely has some influence on there. Yeah, 15 months.
Amazing.
And it's 100% Temecula Valley. 100% Tempranillo, I bet.
See, that's nice. I like this. And I don't say that about a lot of Tempranillos. If Travis is on there, he will agree with me.
You know what?
Yeah, where are you at, Travis?
It's fruity, and then you get a little bit of spice. It's just, again, well balanced. And I think you're doing a great job on that. Thank you, Justin.
Oh,
See,
thank you.
I'm a Tempranillo fan, so I appreciate this one through and through. Definitely a little bit different from the previous one, but that's just the beauty of wine,
Yeah.
You're always gonna get something completely different.
Absolutely. And as this age, I think this will bring up more of the Tempranillo characteristics. It's still fairly young. It's 2016. Typically Mesilla has wines that are 5, 6, 7 years old on the menu. And as this ages, I think you're gonna, capture some of that older vintage vibes that the other 15 had. But as of it right now, it's varietal, but it's much more fruity than you would expect in Tempranillo to be. And I kind of like that.
I do too. And I think it's interesting that we still have wines on the menu that are 2015. I think that's something to say for us. Like, this is a new release and it's 2016.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of big because you don't really find that
Yeah.
throughout California.
I think that's one
usually.
thing that the managers do, Tiffany and Nicole. They do a great job at releasing wine when it's ready. I think that's something that we take pride in here. We kind of do the aging for you in a sense that when we have a committee that when the wine is ready, then it goes to the public, and we're doing the heavy lifting for you. When you guys come in and buy this, it's ready to go drink right away. So
I think that's across Temecula, period, but especially here at Mesilla and Donza. You can drink the wine now. You really don't have to lay it down. I never really find myself needing to say that ever about a wine we've released. Because you're right, we do, it's ready, it's ready.
Mhm.
Let's go. Let's enjoy now.
Absolutely.
Especially I think in these times where we're home a lot. This is the most interaction I've had in a while. It's all about now and today and just enjoying this
Absolutely.
as it is. This is really nice.
Yeah, and it has just that little bit of heat that I kind of appreciate. I don't think it's very high in alcohol, but it's has the heat factor for sure.
It definitely does.
All right.
14 too. So that's right in that range we normally are at.
So Matt Engel on Facebook Live says, your Tempranillo is my all-time favorite wine that you do. Old vine smell on the nose with classic spicy cherry fruit. Love it.
Perfect.
He also wants to know, is this American or French oak?
So, okay, that's a great question. And what we do at Mesilla, it's a mixture of 3 different types of oak, generally. We do American, we do Eastern European, and we do French. And that's across the board. So your answer would be all of those. So yes, we use American and Eastern European and French.
All right, let's get to some questions here or some comments. So Chantel07, seriously, my favorite wine of yours, Megan Jackson, me too. Love me some Tempranillo.
Yay.
We
Great.
love that you love it.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Yay.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Temecula Life, you know what? We miss our live music too. We can't wait until all this is over so we can party again.
Yes, party
Mhm.
again, and we'll hug each and every one of you very tight.
Yes. Who's Your Nanny joined us. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Heidi DeVry, the fruitiness. She loves the fruitiness.
Yeah.
And then Walter. So Walter says he wants to know, somebody asked him, what does Mesilla mean?
Okay.
Okay, I got this one. Guys.
Tag you're it.
Roughly translated, Mesilla de la Viña means manor house of the vineyard. If you guys look back into history, Mesillas were places of commerce or trade. They also housed livestock. So if you were traveling, this was a place you could trade what you had for anything you needed, money or food or livestock, and then you could stay the night there. If you've ever been to Mesilla and you pull up from the street and you look up, the way we're situated, the way we sit on this hill, it says Mesilla, and manor house of the vineyard. We just sit on top. We have the most beautiful patio view ever. I've caught some of you, I think that are on here, sleeping in some of these chairs out here with your feet up and a glass of wine. That's just what we are. And you know, we thank Bob for that. He kept the spirit of this place alive, and Justin's keeping that alive through the winemaking as well.
Yeah, great question.
That's a
And
good question.
to speak about the vineyard, I think most of you probably know what we have on property as far as varieties, but we have Chardonnay, we have Malbec, we have Syrah, and we have a tiny bit of Cab Sauv that maybe most of you don't know about. A little hidden away, a little gem, yeah.
So Cab's my favorite grape. So I'd like to have those grapes soon.
Yeah. And actually there's a few vines of Viognier, so
Really?
sharing all the secrets with you
Okay,
guys, yeah.
well, the first person to find these Viognier grapes on our property gets a prize.
There you go.
Yes. And then Heidi, that's what I tell everyone, the best view.
Yay!
Absolutely.
It really is. It's different when you come here. I think most of you on here have been here before, so you can attest to the fact that it's like stepping back into a different time. There's no rush. You can just.
Yeah, it's great relaxing.
It really is.
hmm Even during the weekends, I come here and it's just a great spot. Absolutely.
We are not a conveyor belt winery. We are definitely here to cater to you personally and your guests. Just have a good time.
All right.
I never got around to the pairings for this, so real quick, definitely, we had some garlic and herb mushrooms on property, and we tried it with this. It is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So kind of thinking a garlic herb mushroom pasta, that would be good. You can use a little bit of spice, any kind of spice dish to pump this up a bit if you want, or tone it down with the garlic and herb.
Sounds great.
Ooh, look at this one. So KMT 1808 wants to know if we can discuss the membership. So the website doesn't discuss the price, but they would love to join. They're also a member of Donza as well. Ooh.
I'd love to go over the membership with you. It's super simple. We are 2 bottles every other month. Ends up being the same as everybody else, 12 bottles a year. So I break it down to a bottle a month. You can bring yourself and a guest every time you come visit during normal business hours. And then you get to come and pick up your wine. We also give you cards for more complimentary guests to come. We're very laid back here. We are small production. We are just kind of boutique style, and we have a lot of different clubs to offer. The cool thing about our club is most of my time spent as a wine club manager is just switching people from club to club based on the mood they're in, the season, and what wines we're releasing. So that's a really fun factor that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any more questions, please ask. I hope I answered that for you.
And you can also call. So if you want to talk to Nicole in person, you can just give us a ring. Our number here is 951-303-3860. Her direct extension is extension 1, so you can just chime into her right away. Or you can also reach her on her email, which is
wineclub@masiadelavigna.com. Super easy. I have my phone on me at all times, as is everyone else, so I usually get back to everyone. I actually answered an email at like 10 o'clock last night, and I was wondering if that was appropriate, but it seemed like in this time, whatever, I'll get back to you. You're up, I'm up.
very accommodating. We are very
I have
accommodating.
a question.
Yes.
I don't even know this, and it's probably not right, but are there dual memberships for Donza and Masia at the moment?
We do not have dual memberships at this time, but we do honor Donza members. If you are a member at Donza and you want to come visit, you get half off tastings here and a discount on your alcohol purchase. And it's vice versa. So if you're a member at Masia, you get that privilege at Donza as well. Most of our members, I'm not good at math, so I won't give you a percentage, but a lot of our members are members here and at Donza. Only because 1, we make great wine, and 2, you get 2 different styles of entertainment. Donza is definitely people watching, having fun. The servers are great there. You come here, same thing, except just a little bit more slow-paced, laid-back, relaxing style. So I think they like to get a little bit of each of that.
Yeah, well, okay, so I'm the winemaker at both, of course, but if I'm going to pick a winery that I'm going to hang out, it's going to be here.
You guys heard that?
Yeah.
You guys heard
Yay!
that?
Absolutely.
So you
Someone
guys,
take a snapshot.
yes.
What's funny is if my wife's still watching, she's a member here, and
She is, yes.
I can bring the wine home whenever I want, but she's still a member here.
Mm-hmm.
She still pays for her wine like anyone else, and that's because she loves being here and she loves the wine. And
So this is big. I don't know if he's gonna yell at me later or not for saying this. So yes, his wife is a member. She still pays for her membership, and she's pregnant. Congratulations, by the way.
Yes, congratulations. We'll all drink to that.
Woo! Cheers, Ashley.
Cheers.
Congratulations. I have all your wine ready to go for when you're ready for it.
Ashley actually is still on, so she says it's my favorite.
Ooh, yay.
Thanks for the love. We also have, so Heidi wants to know, how many cases do we produce?
that's a great question. So we actually do a variant. Depends on solely our production, which means how much we sell. So we typically make about 3,000 to 8,000 a year, depending on the volume what we need in the tasting room. I'm going to say the average is close to 5.
Okay.
So that would be the answer. Yeah.
Hey, Lordell.
And to put that
Hey,
into
Lordell.
perspective, us being boutique style, if we're averaging 5,000 cases a year, what is Donza averaging?
Double or triple?
So we're a little bit more special.
Yeah, we're that hidden gem. So you guys
Yes.
definitely,
Yeah.
we appreciate all the love that we receive here, all the support.
We really do. And I always tell people, it's almost like we have this wine, and then in the blink of an eye, it's gone. Almost, you get to the end, and you're like, oh, we're good. You can come back, and then all of a sudden, it's not. And
Yeah.
if you like the wine, and I say this for any time you're loving something, just get it, because it's not guaranteed to be there in this vintage
It's
when you come back.
Yes. All right, so Chantel07 says, first winery we visited when moving here and love it. We get a little slap on the wrist. Patricia says, hey now. So sorry. It's special. Masia is just special. We love it here.
Is. I mean, the ambiance is like no other. I mean, that's, on top of the wine, I'm here because of the view, because of the patio. It's beautiful, and, it's a great time. And there's a lot of space out there. You can just spread out and just have a time.
Mm-hmm.
We can't wait to be back open to welcome you guys all back here, so you can see this for yourself. But I would say on any given beautiful day of weather, which we have mostly in California, there won't be anyone in the tasting room because everybody is sitting outside with their wine. You really can't beat it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Okay, so Walter actually wants to know. Let's see. What between the two wineries? What's your favorite wine to drink?
Oh, he's put me on the spot.
Oh, on the
Is it me?
spot.
Walter, is it me?
I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah. You know.
Okay. It's not a shock if anyone's watched the last week's live video that we did. That my favorite variety and the favorite wine that I have is Vermentino, and that's at Donza.
Okay.
It's my favorite wine of all time at this point. I mean, it's going to change throughout the year. But my favorite Masia wine, besides the Garnacha Blanca, would be the Malbec for sure. And that actually won double gold recently at the Toast of the Coast, which is a pretty well-known wine competition. Scored about 94 points, so we're very excited about that. Malbec has been one of my favorites, for a long time. And I'm really excited that Masia gets to take that variety on and make it their own.
This is really nice.
So,
and then we grow it here too.
Yep.
The vines at the top of the patio, for those of you who've been here, those are your Malbec grapes.
Mm-hmm. So Vermentino's my favorite, but I love Malbec almost just
You
as
know who else
much.
likes Vermentino? Candace, if you're still on there. And
It's the
HB,
berm.
it's
Yeah.
the burn for the firm.
Yeah. The pours over at Donza have many names for the firm.
So, kind of playing off that question, somebody asked me this last week, and I thought it was it's kind of silly, but an interesting question. If you were a grape varietal, what grape would you be? I want everyone to think about this. If you were a grape
Yeah,
varietal,
absolutely. I want to
which
know
one
what
would you
everyone's
be?
going
And
to
I
say.
want your comments on here. I want Tiffany to read them out here.
That's an interesting question. What's really unique about Temecula in general is that we grow so many different varieties in the valley. If you go to other wine regions, they specialize in, maybe 4, 5 varieties at most. But in Temecula, we grow a lot. I mean, every variety that you can think of is here.
Really is.
Yeah, it's one of those. So
That's hard, huh?
you're putting me on the spot. I
Sorry.
guess what I would say would be a Bordeaux variety, probably Cab Franc.
Oh,
Why?
see, that was
Why?
me.
You're
That's
gonna be
me.
Cab Franc too?
I want to be
So
Cab Franc.
You won't be Cab Franc.
Cab Franc is typically known to be a blending grape because a lot of times it can't hold up by itself. But in Temecula, it absolutely holds up, and it's actually very good in Temecula Valley. And over at Don's, we have our own standalone variety of Cabernet Franc, and
It's amazing.
it's really good.
It's a really good Cab Franc.
So if you grow it right, you have respect for it, and you coax it along the way during the actual aging process and bottling and all that, it becomes a really interesting variety. So I guess that's why I would pick Cab Franc.
That's
But
who you are as a grape.
I guess, yeah.
Cab Franc.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a Cab Franc too, and I actually I've loved every single vintage of the Cab Franc at Donza.
Same.
Every single one.
Really, yeah.
All right, so we have, let's see these answers,
yeah,
guys.
let's hear it.
Oh,
So-
I'm excited.
Natalie, I'm a Rioja blend. We have
Ooh.
Mary Knight. Mary, I knew you'd be a Pinot Grigio. I just knew it.
Pinot
Yeah,
Grigio.
Pinot
Ooh, our leader, Petite Syrah, because she's bold. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what?
okay.
I love
I
it.
agree. And then we have Lauradel, Brut, I'm bubbly. Walter's a Syrah, dark and lovely. All right, we see you, Walter. HB, Sauv Blanc,
Okay,
Megan
yeah.
Jackson, she's a Cab. All right.
Awesome.
Oh yes, KMT 1808, Cab Franc at Donza, bomb.
Yes.
And then J.K. Weldon, Cab for sure.
Good.
Oh, that's fun.
We love this. All
This
these
is
beautiful
great.
Absolutely.
personalities.
That's awesome.
That's an awesome question, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to put you on the spot. I don't know if we heard your answer.
Yeah, well, yeah. What's your answer? Is it Mourvedre?
Okay. You guys all know that is my favorite wine, but when I answered the question, I'm going to give my original answer. I would say Pinot Noir because
Ooh.
I'm kind of sensitive.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
that.
But at the end, it's really good. Just, I'm a little sensitive and I require careful handling.
Yes. All right, Heidi. Okay, Garnacha, we see you.
Oh.
Yes.
I love this. That was fun, guys.
Yeah, we love the interaction. Keep them coming. Yeah.
Okay, and then we have on Facebook Live. We're gonna show you guys some love too. So we didn't forget about you. So Matt Engel, Cab Franc grows well in Temecula for sure. My favorite my grape varietal for me is in a shape of a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay. Sauvignon.
Elizabeth Engel is a Sauv Blanc.
Sauv Blanc.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are great.
I love our Sauv Blanc here too.
All right, we ready for the next one?
We're on to our last wine, guys. I don't know, I've been having fun now. I was a little nervous, but it's kind of just like hanging out with friends.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
This is our own happy hour.
oh yeah, let me finish that.
Yeah, top that guy off.
Nobody watch. I have
No
this
judgment.
theory, that men can unhinge their jaws when they're trying to finish something. And if you've ever watched a man, I feel like they do. Like, your jaw almost drops down to allow.
Well, I've never done that with wine. Maybe we should try it.
Yeah. just get a head start there.
All right, so we're on to Milenio.
All right, 2016 Milenio. This is a really interesting variety. I know my sisters and my cousin love this wine. They actually had some shipped to their homes last week. So it's really popular here. And the cool thing about it is it's a really interesting blend.
Mm-hmm.
It's Cabernet Sauvignon, Barbera, and Grenache, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of small other varieties in there, but it's very minute, like 1-2% of maybe some Merlot. I can't recall exactly, but those are definitely the main three components. And I think the biggest one of this actual vintage is Barbera. And the Barbera itself brings a tartness to it that other varieties don't have. And that's one thing that Barbera is known for. And this wine, if you don't know, if you've never had it, it's a sweet red. We typically serve it chilled, and you can have it room temperature as well. It's one that conforms to whatever you're doing. I kind of liken it to a dessert wine. It's not as sweet as you might expect a dessert wine, but you can definitely finish a meal with this wine as well. I kind of have a creme brulee type taste. It's very sweet, but the carbon of the barrel influence really plays with it and kind of is like caramelized sugar in a sense that it reminds me a lot of desserts. Yeah.
Caramelized brown sugar. I
Absolutely.
really get that. Also like a dark, rich plum fruit on
Yep.
the nose here.
All right, JK, this one's for you. We know this is your favorite, so
There you go.
let's sip up.
Ooh.
All right, and just to show some love, we have Ms. Maria and Christy at Disney. Welcome,
Hello.
guys.
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to our, started off as a Q&A. Now we're just drinking.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, so since this is JK's favorite, here's a question from him. I've had this in the tasting room and it is served cold. Which way do you recommend?
Ooh. So that varies on who you're talking to, actually.
It really does.
It
yeah.
really does. We have some staff members here who prefer it room temp. There are a lot of people who prefer it slightly chilled, and I don't mean cold, but slightly chilled. So depending on which way you're serving it, you're gonna get different notes.
Yeah, so what you're gonna really see, if you're having it room temperature, you're really gonna get more barrel influence. You're gonna taste the barrel a little bit more, definitely in the aroma. If you have it chilled, it's gonna be a little bit more fruity because you're hiding the actual barrel notes behind the actual temperature. So it kind of just depends on what you want and what you're serving with it, or if you're just drinking it by itself, it's however you prefer it.
Very true. Speaking of that, I went two different ways with these pairings, guys. I if you want to cancel out the sweetness a little bit, or I guess I say sweet, but it's actually really fruit forward, you want to play with some spicy influenced dishes or snacks. That's really going to cancel it out and keep it very level. But Tiffany actually had a great idea. A summer salad. This is definitely a summer red. A summer salad with some berries, some crumbled, like funky cheese. Think blue cheese, gorgonzola, some caramelized walnuts, and maybe like a really nice like raspberry vinaigrette drizzled on top. This would pair really well to kind of keep that fruitiness,
definitely
that
vinaigrette.
sweetness.
Something that's a little bit tart would definitely pair well with this. Absolutely.
Okay, Megan. So Earth Bistro, what do you eat at Earth Bistro with this Milenio? I'm curious.
Interesting.
And you're welcome, JK. We appreciate you. All right. Okay, so over here, Facebook Live, Stacy Pride. Drinking my rosé now. Are you open to pick up this wine this weekend? Absolutely. So we are open. Our actually new hours are Wednesday through Sunday from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. So pickups and purchases.
Yeah, and that's something to be said. We really appreciate you guys that are coming in and purchasing wine in this crazy time. You know, it sucks that we can't be open for tastings, but we really appreciate everyone coming in and purchasing wine. It helps us out immensely. So thank you to all that have come in these last 2 weeks and even before that.
Our members, our loyal fans, it
Absolutely.
means a lot to us. We are technically a small business and we rely on you guys. And also it's cool that we're essential. So there's that
Wine
too.
is definitely essential.
Wine is essential. I don't know about you guys.
Extremely essential. Extremely.
I'm averaging about 2 bottles a day. Am I allowed to say that? Cover your ears.
All right, so here's Megan's answer. So she had it with pizza.
Ooh.
And then JK had the stuffed mushrooms and flatbread.
Ooh.
See, I'm getting hungry now. A Greek pizza and flatbread with hummus, spinach, and artichoke dip.
Wow.
With the Milenio. That sounds amazing.
You know what? I'm actually a little bit hungry, so that's just making me happy right now.
Yeah, I'm approaching second dinner time.
Thank you, Chantel. We appreciate all of you. We're excited to host you, especially on a Friday night. We know that this is a time where most of us would be going out and about and partying or finding a happy hour somewhere. So this is our version of a happy hour, and we are excited that you can join us.
And you know what? If you guys enjoy this, let us know, and we'll continue it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you have any comments or questions, shoot them to the Facebook or Instagram. We read them actually immediately, so you can adjust to however you guys are feeling the way that we should go. I kind of like this. This is fun. This is a fun happy hour.
Lauderdale, I love you. She's making egg rolls right now. I wish she could bring me some. Have you ever had the most amazing lumpias ever? I mean, this makes me happy.
At any hour. Hot, cold.
Anytime. It does not matter.
It pretty much boils down to like food and wine, or like the two, things that.
We had Donza's new Pinot Grigio, the 2019, that isn't released yet and it won't be released for a while, unfortunately, because we have a lot of 2018 we still have to do, but it paired amazing with those egg rolls. I was every sip.
Are you guys all hungry?
Yeah, see, even Walter says Lauderdale's egg rolls are life. We agree. We all agree.
In case you guys don't know, Lauderdale is what is her official title? Lauderdale, what's your official title?
She manages the money.
Everything.
Yes, she's our money lady.
She reads your receipt, so when you write like thank you and a happy face, she sees that.
And she's excited about that too.
Head of finance, I think, or something
finance.
like that. Yeah.
And she's also an
She'll correct me
amazing
right now.
cook.
Yes, she feeds us, you guys. Not only does she manage our money, but she also feeds us. She makes sure that we're satisfied and our bellies are full.
So you can't tell. Donza and Missy are just one big happy family. If you are wanting to join this family, please let us know. Either here at Messia or at Donza, you can be part of this. I mean, we pretty much talk to everyone as a member. It's kind of fun. I love our big wine family.
Definitely.
Okay,
And-
so Walter actually, this is for Justin.
Okay.
Because you put that Pinot Gris out there, he's
Okay.
thinking maybe you should be able to try this on Wednesday.
Oh,
Mhm.
the 2019.
2019.
Okay, let's do it. It's ready to go. It
Wait, I
absolutely
have a
is.
question.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between Pinot Grigio and our Pinot Gris?
So I'll answer that in two ways.
Okay.
The first would be answering if our wines from Danza and Mesilla are different, and the answer is they're very different. There's many ways that they're different. I guess the main ways would be winemaking products, meaning yeast or other barrels. They're all different. Vineyards are different. So we keep everything separate. Everything is not together. We keep everything separate into different lots. I mean, right now we probably have 100 lots over at the Danza Barrel Room right now. And what happens is, right before bottling, we choose what is for Mesilla and what's for Danza. So different vineyards, different barrels, everything is different and put together for the blend of Mesilla and the blend of Danza and and bottled at the same time.
Is
So-
that difficult to keep up, or do you
It's-
find that it's kind of making you a more well-rounded winemaker?
Yeah, I would say yes. I think the biggest issue is organization, because being that there's 100 different lots that we have to keep track of, it would be a lot easier just to put everything together and then say, here's your allocation for Danza and here's yours for Mesilla, and keep it the same. But that's not who we are, and we really want to bring a different experience at each winery. So it's very difficult, but it's something that's very much worth doing. And then to answer Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio, it's the same variety, just in a different area of the world.
Oh, okay.
Pinot Gris would be Spanish, Gris, and then Pinot Grigio is French.
Interesting. I actually, it's kind of fun to get a bottle of each varietal at Danza and Mesilla. So say you pick Syrah. We have a Syrah here, Danza has a Syrah, and take them both home and kind of compare. It's really fun because you can kind of taste a similar, I guess, feel, which I guess is Justin's touch to it, but they are completely different. And that's really cool that you can make a Syrah in the same year and have them be separate. That's a big feat.
I mean, if we're talking about just a Syrah, we might have 5 or 6, 7 different lots of just Syrah by itself. And that's due to Mesilla having a Syrah here that's from the actual grounds of Mesilla. Danza also has a Syrah that we grow. And then we might purchase grapes from other Temecula growers and keep them separate as well. So that's something that we do, and that actually speaks to the question about which type of oak we use. It's all about complexity, and that's something that the different oak helps with, but different vineyards itself helps a lot with that, because a vineyard here versus down the street is completely different. They might have different clones, their minute weather differences are hugely different management styles. So everything adds to just the complexity overall, and the fact that we keep everything separate really helps create a different product for both wineries.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Anybody have any questions or comments about that?
All right, let's take a look here. So this is Travis. Is there any win that specifically speaks out as far as being proud of it, whether it being the year or the actual grape? Wine, any wine. He actually had to fix that. LOL.
I'm typing too fast.
So which year, or I guess I don't understand the question, which wine?
Is there any
year?
wine that specifically speaks out to
Okay.
you as far as being proud of it? Whether it being the year or the actual grape itself.
Another tough question. We do so many different varieties and lots at Danza and Mesilla. I think each year we do something like 40 or 50 different lots labels, which would equate to over 100 different lots. I guess, each year brings so many different memories and I can probably think of each year that would qualify as something to that question. My first year as an actual winemaker comes to mind, which would be about 5 years ago. But no actual variety. I just think each year, especially during harvest, there's so many different experiences that happen because we're here constantly. We're working 10 to 12-hour days for 2.
Does it take a lot of beer to make good wine?
Well, the answer is definitely true, and I think the saying is it takes a lot of bad beer to make good wine.
Okay, that's better.
Yes, and it's absolutely true. Like I said before, we're on the clock all the time, and the guys, they need a pick me up, and if it's in the form of crappy beer, then that's what we're gonna do.
We won't name names.
Yeah, we're not gonna name names. We're not gonna offend any beer drinkers out there, but.
And sorry, guys, I'm sorry to interrupt you. So we did lose you guys for just a couple minutes, but we're talking beer here. We're talking about beer and wine and drinking beer while making wine and vice versa. It's just all kinds of fun stuff.
It takes a lot of bad beer to make good wine.
It really does.
Strictly during harvest season, where they don't really see their families.
Yeah. So it's called, for Ashley, my wife, she's a harvest widow, and that's what they call her. Because she doesn't see me for about 3 months out of the year, and if she does, I'm not really there. I'm kind of incoherent.
Are you still like in the vineyard a little bit?
Absolutely,
in your head?
absolutely.
Okay.
So it kind of ramps slow, and then all of a sudden
Hits hard.
it hits really hard, and it lasts all the way
Cheers
through.
to you, Ashley.
Yes, cheers to you, Ashley.
And all of
Harvest
you
widow.
harvest widows.
She's actually laughing about that.
Yeah, she knows exactly. Yeah.
So a quick question in regards to shipping and wine purchases. So sorry, Matt, we left you hanging a little bit, but so he said free shipping and 40% off 6 bottles for Las Vegas. Still, us Gen Xers would love a good deal. And also, this is a shout out from him. He wants to say hello to Henry and Kevin for us.
Aw, I know
We miss them.
Yeah, we love those guys.
Henry
Yeah.
and Kevin and all of the characters around here. But to answer your question, we do have our sale right now. If you log on to our web store and you're a member, it is virtual sip 3 is the promo code for 3 bottles, and you get 30% off plus $10 flat rate shipping. If you'd like more than that, if you purchase 6 bottles, it's virtual sip 6. You get 35% off and complimentary shipping to wherever you are.
Wow.
It's a pretty good deal. Either way, whether you want 3 to 5 or you want 6 to whatever. I know I've been figuring out I drink way more wine than I thought I do.
Absolutely.
So I would go for the virtual sip 6. Just save yourself some trouble.
Yeah, I get that free.
And get
free
that
shipping.
complimentary
Yeah,
shipping.
complimentary shipping, for sure.
Definitely.
And even if you need to just take a quick little cruise over here, or maybe even a longer cruise if you're a little further out, we are open Wednesday through Sunday from 1 to 5 p.m. So we would love to see your faces. Social distancing, of course, but we do have hand sanitizer here and tons of Lysol spray. So
I also Lysol you when you come to the door. You have that to look forward to. But you can definitely take a drive through wine country. It's been beautiful out lately.
Yeah,
so
I know a lot of members are coming in because they're tired of being at home.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
come visit us, pick up your wine, and get stocked up.
Yep.
Absolutely.
This was fun, guys. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Or, you know what I like seeing? I like seeing the little hearts and like.
Me
thumbs
too.
up on the side.
Me too.
That's
We're getting a lot of
All
love.
right, everybody press it at once. Ready, go. Heart.
Heart.
Okay, no.
All right. Well,
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining our Friday night at Messia. This is in place of being in person. Oh,
there are
there's
those
the
hearts. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Oh,
Thanks.
We're a little delayed in here, I guess.
Oh, they're all coming.
Yeah, they're all coming in.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, you know what? I actually missed this question before
Okay.
we cut off. So, KMT 1808, can you do food pairings in the future?
Actually, the cool thing about Mesilla, when we do open for regular business, when we get there, we actually have what's called our vintner's seated tasting. It's a private tasting in this room, which I wish you guys could see the rest of it because it kind of leads out onto the patio back here.
Beautiful.
You have a personal with different cheeses and fruits, and we change that seasonally. So it's a lot of fun. You can find it on Groupon, or you can give us a call and we'll do it through your membership or however you'd like.
It's a great experience.
It's a really great experience. We definitely, our staff is very in tune with the season, what's in and what's pairing with the wines as they are right now. So that's the cool thing. It's not just this is your pairing for the rest of the year. We change, wines, breathing
and
thing.
the wines change
yeah.
throughout the year as well. So it's a definitely evolving.
It is an evolving thing, and
Yeah.
I love that about us, and I love our staff is so willing to work on that with us as well.
Well, thank you. Oh, Tim. Hey, Tim Apple. We miss
Hi,
you
Tim.
here.
We miss you and your music.
Yes.
Tim Apple's one of our great musicians that performs on our patio here. Wow, I really miss our music here.
I know.
It's so quiet in here. We just miss that just music
Yes.
going on. Hey, everybody also be sure to follow Tim. So in the future, once we do get the okay to party and drink wine and have our Friday
Cheers
nights,
to that.
you
Absolutely.
want to check out and see when he's going to be playing here at Mesilla.
And just so you guys know, the next time we'll be live, if you tune in Saturday, April 11th at 3 p.m., we'll be checking in. It won't be a big thing. We'll just be checking in with everybody, talking about what's going on at that time with the winemaking and the winery. So you can see us Saturday, April 11th at 3 p.m. right back here where you are now.
Absolutely, and thanks to everyone for coming in. We really appreciate it, and hopefully you guys are staying safe. And keep drinking that Mesilla wine, absolutely.
Yeah. Are you guys ready for dinner and another drink glass? Yeah, I am.
And one more thing, April 16th, what do we have coming up?
The charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board. So if you're thinking about pairings and the most amazing, elaborate charcuterie boards out in Temecula Valley right now,
You need to tune in on the 11th to get the info for the 16th.
yes.
Remember, April 11th, 3 p.m. We will see you guys there.
Perfect.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everybody.
appreciate you.
Cheers.